Hey, welcome this evening. Thank you for joining me. My name is Laura Henry-Pugh, and I am here to help you understand some more information about your retirement plans that you have. The updates for the Secure 2.0 Act. And just to give you an idea of that is an acronym for setting every community up for retirement enhancement. This was actually signed into law on December the 29th, 2022. So I'm going to be talking about some of the key points, how this will affect you now and in retirement. So what is in place now, even though you're not at retirement age, it can affect you and how you will save for retirement. The first thing we're going to talk about is the expand coverage. But before we go into details here, I'm just going to give you the key points. Just list them off. One is the expense coverage. It'll increase retirement savings, simplify and clarify retirement plan rules, automated retirement plan enrollment, the new required minimum distribution rules, and of course, the tax benefit for employers. That one I'll probably just say for another day because it does not affect you as individuals working for the companies. That is only for the employers. So that is going to be some other information that's going to be provided later on just to have you understand why your company offers these retirement plans. So we're looking at expanding the coverage. What does that mean for you? It is going to expand it by making mandatory auto enrollment. We'll talk a little bit more on that. This act requires 401ks and 403b plans to automatically enroll participants upon becoming eligible. This means if you start a new job and you become eligible in 90 days, you'll be automatically enrolled. You do have the option to opt out, but you have to opt out. You will automatically be enrolled. If your eligibility starts on day one, you're automatically enrolled. The initial auto enrollment amount is at least 3%, but no more than 10%. Each year after, the amount will increase by 1% until it reaches at least 10%, but no more than 15%. This will actually take place on January 1st, 2025. So as of right now, if you're working for a company that offers the benefits of a 401k and a 403b, then this will affect you and you will automatically be enrolled on eligibility. So be sure to talk with the HR department and make sure what they have in place when you're eligible and know the amount that's going to be automatically deducted from your payroll. The other expansion on this is your long-term, whether if you're part-time, full-time, this act allows both part-time and full-time employees to be eligible to participate in plans after 2 years instead of 3. So if you're really wanting to plan for your retirement, this should help. And this kind of goes into the employer side. The employer will have financial incentives for employee contributions. So it will allow the employer to provide, or it permits, I have to read this because it's very technical. It permits employers to provide small financial rewards to motivate employees to contribute to the 401k or 401(b) plan. Again, this goes for the small employers. It increases the credit. It increased the credit or the startup credit from 50% to 100% for employers with up to 50 employees. So if you have your own business and you employ people that's less than 50, then you will have an extra credit for your company. An additional credit is provided based on the amount contributed to by the employer on behalf of employees. This is the match part where the company matches. So it's up to per employee, but it caps at $1,000. So that's just what it means when you're expanding the coverage for retirement. And it's very important to make plans. You need to keep up with all the rules that are changing, and this changes every year. So it was introduced in 2022 at the end of that year, and already in 2024 they've already made some changes. So I anticipate this to be making changes every single year. Hopefully it will expand for your savings, for your retirement in the long run. Most people do not have enough money at the time of retirement, because when you're young, you don't think about it. You've got plenty of time, and then before you know it, you're already 45, pushing 50, and looking to retire within the next 10 years, and you're looking at your retirement plan going, oh, crap, what happened? So go ahead and start making these plans and be thinking about this. So, and I hate saying the word so, but that just comes naturally. So the next thing we're going to talk about is increasing the retirement savings. Again, it goes back to the automatic enrollment, because with that in place, you're going to be increasing your savings each and every year unless you opt out. It also has a savers match. The Act provides a non-refundable credit for certain individuals who make contributions to individual retirement accounts. These are your IRAs. Employer retirements, the 401k and the 403b, and ABLE accounts. Just in case if you don't know what an ABLE, A-B-L-E, is, that is a 529A tax advantage savings for individuals with disabilities and their families. So if you're not aware of that, hey, here's a plug. Check it out. So bottom line is, it's like getting a bonus from the government for saving money for your retirement, as long as you meet the income requirement criteria. And if you save, if you save $2,000 per individual or $4,000 per couple, the government will match it 50%. And this is designed to help lower and middle income earners save for retirement. Here's another one. This is going to be excellent. Auto portability. And what does that mean? It means that it can automatically transfer small balance of 401ks to workers who change jobs. And it can actually grow because if you're moving it to your next employer and they make it easy, then you're not losing anything. You're not having to take the money out, turn around and invest it. It can automatically go over to a new company. So that is a plus. So if you're moving companies and that company offers a 401k or 403b, then you can automatically transfer that over and not have to think anything about it. So it makes it easier to transfer your balance over without losing any money. Because if you take the cash, then there's penalties involved, especially if you're under 59 and a half, and then you have to pay taxes. You do have up to 60 days to move that money over to a qualified account. But what happens if you forget to do that or you decide? Well, this way it's just automatically done. So that is going to be very helpful. And I'm looking forward to kind of see how this actually works over the next 5 years to see if the plan works the way it is anticipated to work. So here's some good syllables to say: simplified and clarified retirement plans. Again, some of this is going over because they do interlock with one another. To simplify and clarify, simplifying, it's automatic enrollment. So you don't have to think anything about it. You're just getting it done. Less than you have to work. The other one is the updated requirements for RMDs. And I'm going to go over that more in detail here in just a few minutes. But to let you know, the retirement age has increased. And also there's some changes with the Roth IRA. I'll go into that. Emergency savings account. So this allows a creation of a short-term savings account as part of an individual's retirement savings plan. So if you have a hard time saving money for an emergency fund, this can be included in your retirement plan. So be sure to check it out. This provides a clear and simple way for individuals to save for both short-term and long-term needs. All right, we're getting down to the last one because this is a lot of information and it takes a lot to comprehend. You can always go to the irs.org or no, .gov, excuse me, and all this information is on there. But I just want you to be aware of the changes this year in the Secure 2.0 Act. The last one is the new required minimum distribution, or RMD, rules. It has increased the age because when you reach that retirement age, you are required to take a minimum distribution. 3 or 4 years ago, the required distribution age was 70 and a half. Of course, they have to make it a half. It got changed to 72. And as of this year, the required minimum distribution is 73. It started in 2023. And the reason for that is this: if you turned 73 in the year 2023, you must take the required minimum distributions April 1st, 2024. So that's this April. If you turn 73 in 2024, this year, then you are required to take the distributions by April 1st, 2025. This doesn't affect a lot. I mean, unless you're 73, this doesn't affect you if you're not retiring anytime soon or you're not 73. But here's the next one. Talk about thinking far in advance. In the year 2033, it will increase to age 75. And I believe the reason, this is my opinion, is postponing the required distributions. Now, you can take it out anytime after that, before that, but the requirements is this. If it's required at 70 and a half, you don't have time to let that money grow longer as far as the rate of return, the interest rate. So depending on where you have your money, you can earn a large interest rate. And so the longer you postpone it, the more your money can grow. So if you don't need the money before age 73, then don't take the required minimum distributions. Take it only as needed, or go ahead and start taking it and you won't have to worry about it. But the required minimum distribution, if you do not take the required distribution at the time that you're supposed to, there is a penalty. Before 2024, so in 2023 and earlier, you were required to get the money, and if you failed to do so, you got penalized 50%. 50%. The government's taking 50% of your required distributions. So now they actually decreased it to 25%. So again, if you do not take that required distribution, then you're going to get kicked by the government 25%. And we don't want that. We don't want to give the government any more money than we have to. That needs to go into our own pockets. Now, the last thing is the changes to the Roth IRA accounts. The Roth accounts, you've already paid taxes on that. So that is after tax. It will no longer require minimum distributions. So that is done. That is going away. So you don't have to worry about taking required distributions on Roth IRAs. That's it for now. I mean, I can go into a lot of detail, but sometimes it's just boring when you're talking about some of these details of finances. We want to talk about the fun stuff. And I get that, but this is important for your planning for your future retirement. And so if you have any questions, comments, anything like that, hey, just reach out to me. And if you want to, you can go ahead and schedule an appointment. It's there on the screen. I'll be glad to help you out and answer any questions that you have when it comes to your retirement, really any of your finances. But because we're talking about the retirement, I'm here to help you plan for your future when it comes to your retirement, because we want to have the money available to live off of when we retire. We don't want to have to continue working and not enjoy the retirement like we're supposed to. I enjoy doing what I do. The circumstances in my life over the last 4 years has changed so much drastically. And I just want to be able to help people to be better prepared, to have their financial house in order. And retirement is part of that. So again, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you coming on. And again, if you have any questions, comments, just reach out to me and I will help you. So thanks again, and I'll see you next time.